Hi folks, welcome to the next installment of Let's Play AGEOD's Civil War. Like I said last time, I'm hoping that I fit a lot of turns into this video, because mostly what I'm going to be doing is raising a whole lot of troops and moving them to mustering points and building divisions out of them. So let's try to do this quickly. During this turn, remember in the last inner turn we've taken Fort Pike here, and when we took it, we managed to capture, it looks like capture a series of garrison units. So I'm going to take them, put them inside the fort. The goal with those guys is not merely to really win any battles if somebody tries to attack them, but merely if somebody tries to come in, they'll have to besiege the fort, and hopefully that'll buy me time to get more troops over there to try to defend it. So that's just a delaying force more than anything else. It does have this coastal artillery that can fire on ships if they try to sail around in this area, so that's nice. So I'll take Hooker, move him back this way to start attacking these forts over there. His cohesion looks fine for the moment, but this is all swampland, so as he walks through this area, I imagine those troops are going to get tired going through the swamp. So we're going to have to move and then maybe rest, then move again, then maybe rest. We'll play it by ear as we go. But for now, I'm moving them down here into this part of Louisiana to head towards those forts. Up here in northwestern Arkansas, Lyon's troops have mostly regained their cohesion. He's at 75 of 78, so I'm going to go ahead and have him cross the Arkansas into this region in Indian Territory in preparation for attacking Fort Smith. Next turn, the turn after that, depends upon his cohesion. So that's what's going on there, and I think that's about it. In the east, Beauregard's force, which was around here somewhere, seems to have retreated further. They're in the fog of war, so I imagine they may be resting up in the winter time. And I'll leave all my defensive forces in place for the moment. Nobody's under any real attack. There's this force here. They look like they have a lot of resources at their disposal. They might be able to attack and take Harper's Ferry, but maybe not. I'll just leave them in place and see what happens. So let me pause it while I go ahead and raise a whole bunch of troops, and I'll come back when I'm done with that to show you what I've done. Alright, so hang tight. Alrighty, so I've raised a whole bunch of troops. You can see them all here. It's going to be something like 150 different units I've raised. What it amounts to is 4 divisions that I'll muster here in St. Louis, and I believe I'll leave one of them there and send the other 3 walking down here to join Lyon, so he can move down towards Little Rock. And he's not able to take Fort Smith now. He will when those new divisions arrive. I've raised 5 new divisions to join Grant here for his use in Kentucky. We can take Lexington, and we just lost Bowling Green. I didn't show you that, but when Kentucky joined the Union, there was only a small militia unit there, and I didn't have the units to send down there to reinforce it. So we lost Bowling Green, but hopefully Grant will be able to take it back and then threaten Nashville. So I should have 5 divisions in this area, plus the one that's already here. And I've raised enough troops to hopefully, I think, have 10 divisions in the east. 11, I guess, if you count this guy up in Pittsburgh. But I didn't have to raise too many units in order to do that because there are so many troops already here. I've just raised enough units to supplement these and hopefully in the end have 10 strong divisions in this region. Alright, let me pause it. I'll do the inner turn and I'll see you in a sec. Alrighty, so I'm trying to do this quickly. But so here's Joe Hooker in New Orleans, and he still has his orders to move off into this area, but it looks like the Confederacy has put themselves together a force, and they might be threatening Fort Pike in the near future. So I'm going to cancel these orders and allow Joe to sit here in New Orleans for a turn. His cohesion has gotten really low anyway, what with the battle he just fought and the traveling he's been doing. So I'll allow him to rest a turn in New Orleans in case I need to turn around and go back to Fort Pike to fight those guys off. If they leave, then I'll send him down towards these forts, which was my plan to begin with. Lyon has made it over here into this region next to the Fort Smith region, and his cohesion's down to 46, so I'll let him take a break. Uh, I think that's about it. As far as movement's concerned, this guy is continuing to work his way up towards Cincinnati. And in the east, leaving my defensive forces into place, there hasn't been any real movement. So, only other thing to show you is here's all the units I raised. 155 units I raised last turn. I have to click this down button about 100 times for you to see them all. But that's what I'm going to spend the next few turns doing, is waiting for these guys to get trained up, moving them to mustering points at Washington, D.C., and here at Louisville, and here at St. Louis. And I'll spare you guys all of that. So here, let me pause it and see you in the next turn. Oh yes, before I move forward, there was one thing I neglected to tell you last turn. When I went ahead and raised 155 new brigades, I clicked all the options I had available to me. I set the blockade again, and I went ahead and issued bonds and exceptional taxes, and I called for volunteers and fully mobilized, which gave me a whole lot of conscript points. It was with all those resources I raised that I was able to raise 155 new brigades. That's where I got a lot of the resources from. I already had a lot piled up. And you see I still have a bit in the bank, $500,000 and 700 conscript companies and plenty of war supplies still in the bank after raising all those troops. Anyway, that's where I got my resources from. Here, I'll pause it again and move some troops, and see you next turn. Alrighty, here we are in the next turn. It looks like this these set of units that are outside Fort Pike, or in the region next to Fort Pike, haven't moved. So Joe Hooker could be free maybe to move upwards on Fort Phillip, except his cohesion is still pretty low, so I'll give him another turn of rest. Up here in Arkansas, things have gotten a little interesting. Lyon's cohesion's up to 64 out of 74. I'm going to give him one more turn of rest before thinking about moving on Fort Smith. However, this Confederate unit has appeared, and I can't exactly see what's in it. By the picture, it looks like General Van Dorn. He may be leading a division or something, and he may be moving off in the direction of Fayetteville. If he managed to take Fayetteville, then my supply line, which now, if I hit this filter, you can see by the green buttons, my supply line's running from Rolla down here to Springfield, down here to Fayetteville, and then down here to Lyon, who has supply wagons at his disposal. If he can take Fayetteville, he's cut my supply lines pretty good, and I'll, of course, have to pull Lyon out as best I can. So if he moves up this way, I may abort the attack on Fort Smith and try to head back towards Fayetteville myself. We'll see next turn what this guy does. That's about it, I think. I still have some troops moving around the board, and I got more troops to move that have finished training, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I don't think I forgot anything, so see you next turn. Okay, and there's the end of the next turn. It looks like I'll have to end this video here. I try to keep them under 10 minutes, so my goal of doing a whole winter in 10 minutes didn't work. But it looks like that Confederate unit in Shieldsboro, I don't know where they went, but they disappeared, so I'll send Joe Hooker down this way to slowly walk through the swamp to Fort St. Philip. And let's see what happened over here. Van Dorn. Here he is, E. Van Dorn's command. He's moved into Fort Smith with his units, but it doesn't look like they're terribly strong. He has an 81 and a 30 and a 27. That adds up to, what, something like 130 strength? And, yeah, here's Lyon with his 500 strength. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. Let's see if we can't pull off an attack into Fort Smith. That's about all I'm going to do this turn, except move a whole lot of units around. So let me pause it, I'll move the units around, and maybe at the very end of this video, I'll show you the results of that attack. Well, there you go. There was no battle at Fort Smith. Looks like we took it without a battle. The units that were there retreated in the face of Lyon's fearsome division here. Okay, I'll end this video here. Thanks for watching. Next turn, hopefully I'll finish moving all those raised units around and get some divisions made, and then we'll be ready to fight throughout 1862. So I'll see you next time.